Good evening, everybody in Nigeria and as well in Estonia. My name is Aurélien Lorange. Together with my colleague Miss Urbanova from the Corax Foundation, we'll have the first match of these two teams in the group phase today, and I give the floor to my colleague who will be hosting the match.
Thank you very much, and good evening both to the team joining us from Tallinn and the team joining us from Lagos. It's a pleasure to have you here today for your first match in the round one of the Hague Inter-University Law Debate Tournament 2024. Today, the teams will debate on the topic they have received 7 days in advance, specifically on the topic whether the use of salary caps in professional sports leagues is a justifiable restraint to maintain competitiveness. So the two teams prepared for both sides of the argument. In a short while, they'll know which position they will defend. But before we go to that part, it's time for the students and debaters of today's match to introduce themselves. So without further ado, I give the floor to Ms. Ukiye Ugo from University of Lagos. The floor is yours.
Hello, good day. Audible?
Yes, please.
Yes. Thank you. My name is Erike Ugo. I'm a 300 level law student of the University of Lagos. It is a pleasure to meet you all, and I hope for a beneficial debate. Thank you.
Thank you, welcome. And joining us from Tallinn University of Technology, Ms. Rikacheva, the floor is yours.
Hello, thank you. My name is Ksenia Rekacheva, and I'm from Tallinn University of Technology here in Tallinn, Estonia. I'm a third-year student of International European Law Bachelor here, and I hope that it will be a really interesting debate today. Thank you.
Thank you, welcome. Back to the debate team of University of Lagos, Ms. Inandosia, the floor is yours.
Hello, good day everyone. My name is Esther Nadozie. I am a 300 level law student in the University of Lagos, and I look forward to a fruitful debate session with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, welcome. For the second member of Tallinn University of Technology's debate team, Ms. Lucy Cole, the floor is yours.
Hello, my name is Fabian Golle. I'm a first-year law student in Tallinn University of Technology in International and European Law, and I'm very excited for this debate, and I think it will be very, very amazing.
Thank you, and welcome. And completing the debate team of University of Lagos, Ms. Suenu.
Hello everyone, my name is Ramat Suenu from the University of Lagos. I'm a final year law student, and it's an honor to be here, and I'm looking forward to a very fruitful debate. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome. So in a short while, you will see a wheel that we use for allocating of the positions. There will be 4 options in favor and as well 2 in favor as well 2 against options. The wheel is coming up shortly.
Yes, and as well the topic you received 7 days before was the use of salary caps in professional sports league is a justifiable restraint to maintain competitiveness. So you will see in a few seconds my screen with the wheel and with the flags of your countries and logo of your universities. So could you confirm you can see my screen? Yes. Yes. So 2 positions possible, against and in favor for each university. So we click now in the center. Everybody will know which position each team will get. If you are in favor, you will have to start with your introduction, the match. So this is the University of Lagos, who will have the position against the statement. So it means as a consequence, Tallinn University of Technology will be in favor and will be starting the match. So it means concretely, Tallinn University of Technology will defend the position that the use of salary caps in professional sports league is a justifiable restraint to maintain competitiveness, while the University of Lagos will defend the position that the use of salary caps in professional sports league is not, a justifiable restraint to maintain competitiveness. So 5 minutes. Close this. You can close your camera and speaker and microphone for you to review your notes, and we'll start with the introduction by THIULDT, Tallinn University of Technology, in 5 minutes, in less than 5 minutes now. here we will start in a few seconds. Just before starting, I want to remind everybody as well, for the audience, a yellow card means that the student has 30 seconds to finish, in the speaking time, and a red card means that the student can still finish the sentence, but is supposed to not start a new sentence because the judge might penalize going over time. So now we start with the introductions. So I will give the floor for the introduction to the Tallinn University of Technology. You have 4 minutes.
Hello, dear jury, dear Team Lagos, and all the viewers. My name is Ksenia, and today, together with my teammate Fabian, we support the argument that salary caps are a reasonable way to retain in the sport industry, of course. I'd like to start by emphasizing that the professional sports are extremely significant, not just in our everyday life, but also in terms of economy, as the sport is a major business industry. It has to be governed legally. Thus, my first point is that putting salary caps prevents the breach of competition laws, especially the ones connected to abusing of the dominance position. There are examples for leagues to be judged for it already previously. Those include the famous Super League case, where ECJ found that FIFA and UEFA are abusing a dominant position in seeking to set conditions to access the market of it. In other case, the judgment against the rugby player Saracens was found he was found guilty for breaching the rules of because his salary was way above all their limitations that they were imposed previously. During the judgment on Saracens, the panel defended the importance of salary caps by referencing such as Boston in Park Rangers versus English Football League. The panel confirmed that competitive balance and financial stability are legitimate aims of football transfer rules, and they were arguing that imposing salary caps in the future for rugby tournaments would be great argument. So the premiership of rugby actually changes after the case. Our second point is that salary caps ensure competition by promoting parity and equality between teams, which consequently brings more viewers. Fair compensation to talented and hardworking sportsmen will motivate us to watch sport tournaments. We could all agree that the interest of fans will go significantly lower with fewer teams in the leagues and easily predictable winners. And the panel of the case that I've mentioned before, the Saracens case, actually was stating that absent of a restriction on player salaries, there would be a rapid return to player costs sparing out of control, as clubs will be bet each other to secure the best players, which would in return lead to some clubs folding. In simple words, it means that without salary caps, so-called poor teams are closing more frequently, and it results in only teams that have more money to spend on more expensive players, but not necessarily better ones. They are staying in sport. There's fair competitiveness without salary caps becomes almost impossible to achieve. That confers the need of those to have them in multiple different teams and maintain competitiveness between those. Our last point concerns the control of the overall cost of teams, of their strategic management and spendings, as we believe that salary caps promote sustainable spending, and it promotes the competitors within each team and as the sport as a whole industry, preventing overspending of the salaries of one or two, three players of one team. As I mentioned before, the panel of that case on Saracens says that clubs are principally motivated by a desire to win and retain memberships, not by a desire to make profits. And as evidenced, they're continuing to be loss-making. Those teams can overspend on salaries of the most expensive players in the industry, forgetting about their teammates.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And now we'll hear as well the introduction by the University of Lagos. You have 4 minutes.
Sorry, before I start, I'd like to confirm that I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, audible. All right, thank you. Panelists and co-debaters, the debate around the implementation of salary caps in professional sport leagues is both critical and complex. While the intentions behind salary caps may be to foster competitiveness and financial stability, it is important to scrutinize the unintended consequences and limitations of such measures. My name is Esther Nadozie, and my colleagues and I will argue against the imposition of salary caps. I will do this in 3 points. Firstly, salary caps penalize talent and performance, overlook the strategic efforts and planning, and are unenforceable. So, firstly, salary caps, by their very nature, impose a rigid limit on player earnings, which inadvertently penalizes talent and performance. In an industry where careers are notoriously short lived and injury prone, athletes deserve the opportunity to negotiate contracts that reflect their true market value. Salary caps, rather than leveling the playing field, undervalue top performers, stifling the very essence of sports where excellence should be rewarded. For example, in 2001, a number of Richmond players accepted less money in order to stay at the club, with Wayne Campbell and Duncan Kellaway reportedly accepting a combined reduction of $350,000. Also, at the end of the 2002 season, a number of Brisbane players took voluntary pay cuts in order to help the club maintain its Premiership winning list, with 12 senior players taking a collective cut of $380,000. Secondly, the argument that salary caps ensure competitive balance overlooks the ingenuity and strategic planning of sport teams. Wealthier teams with resources might be able to attract top talent, but sports history is filled with examples of where well-strategized teams outperform their wealthier counterparts. The Leicester City Football Club's Premier League title win in 2016 is a testament to what strategic planning, teamwork, and talent development can achieve against financial odds. Lastly, salary caps intend to ensure competitive balance in sport leagues, but there's no concrete evidence that these caps works, and neither are there effective means to ensure compliance. So the effectiveness of salary caps relies heavily on stringent monitoring and enforcement mechanisms. Now, when these mechanisms falter or they are being circumvented, then the need of the salary caps is compromised. So the monitoring bodies must have the authority to investigate and enforce compliance effectively. For example, Canterbury Bulldogs in 2002 were able to make extra payments that significantly exceeded the cap limits by $1 million for 2 years. And this went unnoticed by the NRL's internal monitoring system, but was exposed by journalists. In conclusion, while the goal of maintaining a competitive and financially sustainable league is shared by all, the method of imposing salary caps is a blunt instrument that fails to address the nuances of sport economics and the spirit of competition. It is through innovation, strategic planning, and investment in development that the true future of competitive balance lies, not in the restrictive measures of salary caps. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we'll move to the rebuttals. We hear first the first rebuttal by Tallinn University of Technology. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. I'm going to start the rebuttal. First of all, we want to point out that, as you said, that salary caps do not work, but in multiple leagues, we already see that they will working. So we have the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, all leagues that are very high and are very much working. Second of all, we want to emphasize that the fan interest lies in the competition, and they don't want to see the high performers win every year, which, I mean, of course, there's some small teams that win against the odds, but how many times does that happen? Actually, you remember the times that it happens, but overall, usually the high winning teams win. If you look at Bundesliga, for example, you have one major player, Bayern München, and everyone else is just struggling through the competition, and every year you know who's going to win. So wouldn't it be better if you have the fair, level play, level of the teams being equally, and it'd be more and thrilling that you don't know who's going to win, what's coming next, who will be the next champion. And also, when you don't have salary caps, there's an incentive to buy foreign major players. For example, Ronaldo in Al Nassr gets a lot of money, but he's playing under his value. He's not playing against the best competition just because he's going there for the money. And that is why we think that salary caps will improve the competition in the major leagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So now we hear as well the first rebuttal on the side of the University of Lagos. You have 2 minutes.
Good day. Before I begin, am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you. Honorable judges, esteemed co-debaters, greetings. My name is Ereke Ugo, and in the next 2 minutes, I will be responding to the arguments of the opposing side. I will be doing this in 2 points. Firstly, the opponents have noted that the salary caps promote equality. However, this is not so. The salary cap does not, in fact, promote equality, neither does it increase competitive balance. This has been noted by the use of the salary cap in the NBA in America. As the opposing side has noted, the NBA makes use of the salary cap. However, in the 2023 NBA games, it was noted that the Yankees breezed through the competition up to the finals. And this was because there was a concentration of seasoned players in the club, which is the Yankees club. Therefore, the salary cap does not, in fact, promote equality. Neither did it promote competitive balance. Secondly, the opponents have stated that the salary cap prevents overspending of things. However, this is not true. The salary cap does not prevent overspending, as it only limits the salaries of players. It does not affect other aspects of team spending. Teams spend on facilities, equipment, marketing, and so on, and the salary cap does not restrict that spending. In conclusion, the salary cap has done nothing to ensure the competitive balance in professional sports. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now we move to the second rebuttals. So we start first with the second rebuttal by Tallinn University of Technology. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. Thank you, the team, for expressing the patience about salary caps. We believe that salary caps are, in fact, the best possible solution nowadays, because other solutions that's been imposed in other teams and leagues throughout the sport competition in Europe and in USA, as well as in Canada and Australia, have not been as sufficient as salary caps potentially can be. There were imposing 70% restriction, for instance. However, restriction does not limit as much, because there are teams that are earning, for example, as a Leicester City team, or in UK, earning 214 million, while Manchester City has in their pure earnings, they have 800 to 26 million, which would mean that their 70% is significantly different if we will calculate it by the salaries that they'll impose. They will give to their teammates. Concerning the overspending, I would like to say that salary caps are the best possible solution nowadays, but it doesn't mean that the salary cap should be imposed only alone as the only restriction nowadays. It should go together with other restrictions on other parts of spending of each team or of each league. And for example, as in Formula One, we imposed the restrictions for all of their spending on the machine production and therefore I believe that our arguments are in favor of the salary caps because it's the best way.
Thank you very much. Now we hear as well the second rebuttal by the University of Lagos. You have 2 minutes.
Honorable judges, esteemed co-debaters, greetings. The opponents have noted that the salary cap is the best restraint for professional sports. However, this is not true. This is primarily based on the fact that the salary cap is not properly enforced. And due to its unenforcement, it is ineffective as a restraint. We have noted that in 2002, right down to 2023, the NFL has failed to ensure the enforcement of this salary cap. In fact, in 2002, there was a notice that the NFL did not have prior knowledge of the overspending of a team till it had leaked to the public. This, of course, had been noted earlier by my co-counsel and my co-debater. Additionally, the opponents have stated that the salary cap is in fact justifiable and reasonable. However, this is not true. As in the case of Buckley and Totti, it was noted that for a salary cap, or a restraint rather, to be reasonable, it must be beneficial in the interest of the parties. However, the salary cap is not beneficial and it is not in the interest of the parties. In this case, the parties being the players and the league. The parties, which are the players and the leagues, are to ensure competitive balance. However, the salary cap does not do this, and therefore it cannot be said that the salary cap is in fact a reasonable restraint or a reasonable measure in professional sports. In conclusion, the salary cap is not reasonable, not justifiable, and not a reasonable means of ensuring competitive balance. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So now we move to the conclusions. We hear first the conclusion from Tallinn University of Technology. You have 2 minutes.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give the conclusions of our points. We believe that salary cap is going beyond the scoreboard and that about the integrity of the game and the passion. First of all, our points are that it is it's helping for the breach of the competition laws. For example, when someone is abusing the dominant position, and we gave a case where their competitive balance and financial stability was not ensured. Secondly, we want to go on with the parity and the equality that salary caps are providing. It enables the smaller teams to be playing against the big leagues and have a fair and level playing field, and also grow in their respective sport, so that the competition is more fun and entertaining to watch, and also not very predictable of the outcome of the championship. And our third point is the overall cost, that this is preventing overspending, because usually the player salaries are the biggest spending of the teams, and therefore when we can restrict that, we can prevent smaller teams to be outbid by the bigger ones because of foreign shopping. And this is all the points. This is why we believe that salary caps are a good way of preventing and keeping, not preventing, sorry, of keeping the competition in the major leagues. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And now we'll hear as well the conclusion on the side of the University of Lagos. You have 2 minutes.
Before I begin, can I confirm that I am audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you very much. Capitalists will always make choices that align with their own interests. From the reserve clause to salary caps, we see a constant pattern of restraint that is always to the benefit of the team owners and to the detriment of the players. Make no mistake, the imposition of salary caps is first in all circumstances a measure to cut down expenditure for the bigger teams. Fostering competitiveness is a mere excuse and a facade to mask the underlying disparities. Honorable judges and esteemed colleagues, my name is Ramat Sueno, and I'll be concluding on the arguments that have been made by my colleagues. My colleagues have highlighted the salary caps are ineffective because they are unenforceable, because it penalizes talent, and because it is a clear restraint on trade. I will be emphasizing further that salary caps is an ineffective approach to maintain competitive balance because it is incompatible with the norms of certain sports. Football or soccer, as we know, for instance, is a fully international sport that transcends territorial boundaries. Unlike the big USA leagues, which have been able to somewhat successfully implement salary caps into their leagues, football operates across many different countries and continents with vastly different standards of living, minimum wage requirements, industrial relation laws, tax laws, and financial and accounting standards. It will be almost impossible and impractical to set salary caps internationally, and it is in fact inconceivable that it could be effectively monitored or enforced. It is further incompatible with certain norms, for instance, the transfer window system in football leagues. Salary caps, in their nature, restrict such mobility that the transfer system allows and is therefore impractical to adopt to foster competitiveness. To conclude, honorable justices and esteemed colleagues, let it be a reminder that competitive balance has been used as an excuse, even for the most unethical behaviors, such as the reserve clause, and it is once again being used as a cover-up for the larger interest of capitalists. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So we heard both conclusions now. So it means from now you are not under evaluation anymore. So now we'll move to the section which is about feedback, discussion between you and as well with you about your impressions about this match, as well as how you prepared, and in general the argumentation of both teams. And after that we'll do a bit of networking and cultural discussions as well about your universities and your countries. First of all, let's do a bit of indeed a feedback and impression on your side. For example, Miss Rikacheva, what did you think about this match and as well the argumentation of the other team, and how did you prepare as well your argumentation?
Hello again. Yes, I was searching mostly on the case law basis of what was going on overall in the field of sport partnerships and the sports caps and regulations. I was previously studying EU business regulation, so that was easier for me to go in that sector. I was also trying to find some articles, however, that was a bit harder for me, even though they're all available online, obviously, and through our source that was given to us. Yes.
Thank you. Yes, many thanks. Miss Eriquier Hugo, how did you find this match? Have you already studied this maybe in your years at the university?
Pardon?
Yes, this topic have you already came across during your studies, or it was the first time, for example?
Okay, good day once again. It was a completely new topic for myself and my teammate. We honestly have not done anything sports law related, so it was completely novel. But the research was wonderful. This is because we were able to, get into different aspects. We really dug deep into sports law, into professional games, what was going on. I had my eyes open to the current happenings in, American leagues, European leagues, and even Asian leagues because we researched that far. But yes, all in all, it was a wonderful work. It was brilliant, really. Thank you.
Very good, very good. So now back in Estonia, Miss Fabienne Lucigol, what did you think about the topic and as well the argumentation in general brought by both teams?
So for me personally, this topic was completely new as I'm a first year student. So getting into how to construct an argument and make it more convincing was something new, but it was very much fun practicing with Xenia and our coaches to get to this point that we are in right now. I feel like that we and also the other team very much argued very well. And I feel like that especially the first speaker of the other team was very convincing in her points. But this goes to everyone. They're very thoughtful and very much standing behind the point of what they were saying. And yeah, it was a lot of fun competing with you.
Thank you very much. Miss Ramat Suenu, same question. Not yet.
Hi, am I audible now?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, I would like to say that it was an honor to be here. And thank you, of course, to the other team from Estonia as well. I'd say that the research process was very enlightening. For someone who hasn't delved into any form of research in relation to sport policies before, I learned a lot, and it was interesting, it was fun, and kudos to the other team as well for their well thought out arguments. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As well, your colleague in the same room, Esther Enanodzi.
Hello, everyone. The preparation for this debate was quite enlightening for me because I haven't done anything in relation to sports law, and neither am I really a fan of sports. So I was able to learn a lot of new things in relation to the leagues in America, in England. I even tried to find some information on Russian leagues. So it was very enlightening, and I really enjoyed the process of having to practice with my teammates and having to go over our research work together. And the debate today was enlightening and thoughtful. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So yes, this year is a year for Olympics and Paralympics, so that's why we were thinking about indeed for the first round, dealing with sports law but connected to human rights, business law. So it's just something you will hear more and more during the next months. It's just a matter of time as well in the media and possibly as well with change of rules after Olympics, possibly. But in any case, yes, many thanks for that research that you have done. You did very well for this first match in the competition. As you can understand, it can get better and better through the rounds, simply because you are finding for your own strategy, for example, your as well management of the time, and as well for research, not just speaking time, but as well research time. And now it will be a time as well to do a bit of networking as well, to know a bit more about your universities, for example. Ms. Rikacheva, what could you tell concerning TALTech, Tallinn University of Technology? What are the information maybe you could share with all of us, which are particular to that university in Estonia? Why did you choose as well this one?
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm a bit surprised to hear that, but sure, I can say some words about this university. As the name is Tallinn University of Technology, you could guess that there are quite a number of subjects that we're learning, even in international European law program, that are concerning IT law and especially data protection and cybersecurity law, which are really narrow but really interesting topics in today's world of legal profession. We also learn of the human rights as well. So we have possibility to find our niche within it. I chose it mainly because it was something new and interesting, and I guess I was more looking into profession than in the particular university, but I was really surprised and really thankful for having all this really new updates, data of such as IT law, things that are now happening. So yes.
Thank you very much. Now, same question as well concerning, yes, we'll ask you as well on your side, don't worry, Miss Cole. We'll ask as well first, of course, for example, Miss Hugo or Miss Ueno, what could you tell concerning the University of Lagos that we can learn from this first match, for example?
Similar to what she said, we study law here on like the general spectrum as well, and we also have like specifics as well. So you want to delve into specialties like energy law, like finance, like insurance and stuff like that. We also have those as well, and my school happens to be like one of the oldest law faculties in the country. So I don't know. I don't know if that counts as anything. But yeah, we are also kind of lucky to have like societies that help or assist us to in developing ourselves in other ways. For instance, debating societies, societies that focus on moots and mock trials, to help law students basically for when they start their career properly and stuff like that. So yeah, I guess that's something about my school.
Many thanks, thank you very much. Now back to Miss Lucy Gall. So first about Tallinn and the country, for example. So what could you tell, for example, that the team, for example, from Nigeria, should see or visit the first time they would come to Tallinn or to Estonia in general?
Okay, perfect. So I'm actually not from Estonia. I'm from Germany, and I decided to come here. So I can very much talk about this. When you come to Estonia, be prepared for very cold weather and snow. But I think that is the most amazing part of Estonia, that it is actually having snow. You can go outside and do some activities in the winter. But the summer is also very beautiful, especially our old town. So Tallinn Old Town is very, very beautiful. It has a lot of architecture from various times around Europe. There's German influence, Russian influence, Danish influence. There's a lot of things. So this is what you should do when you visit.
Thank you. And then Miss Ananodi, what they should visit, the team from Estonia, the first time they come to Lagos?
Okay, so in contrast to what she said, the Lagos is very hot. It is very, 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 very hot. So you have to brace yourself for that. Come along with sunscreen, stay hydrated so that you do not burn out. But it'll be nice to try the food. Most of our foods are quite spicy. So if you don't have like a high tolerance for spice, that might be bad for you. But overall, there's the hustle and bustle here. There's a lot of fun. People like to party. People like to have fun, and so you can get in with that. So yeah.
Thank you very much. So, yes, on one side it will be spicy but very hot, on the other side it will be snowy, but as well with the whole town to visit. So, I've already visited Estonia, so I know the whole town. It's quite medieval indeed, the center of the city, but as well very modern. I remember that it got very modern close to the center. But yeah, it's my family who has been as well in Nigeria. My father has been several times, as well for energy a long time ago. But yes, I haven't been yet in Nigeria. But I know that it's very, I would say, large country as well of sports, particularly with the last African Cup lately, because I was following a little bit. So, but yes. On that match, I can tell congratulations on behalf of the Corax Foundation. I think my colleague would like as well to say a few words.
I can only reiterate what my colleague has already expressed. It's been really a pleasure watching your debate. Really well done on how you handled the topic, on how you've executed the arguments during the debate, during the rebuttals. I can only wish that for all the other debates you have, you take all that you have learned in preparation for this one and it helps you grow, be that in the future debates or during your professional careers, if you encounter topics that you might not be familiar with, and go back on this experience and know that you've done really well, even as law students, on researching an unfamiliar topic, using the skills you've had to this point and adding to that. So really, I just want to share that well done. It's also an honor to welcome both your institutions again in the competition. And on the side of organizing team and personally, I look forward to your next debates.
Yes, and of course you will receive around the end of this week probably the results of your match. The three judges are watching, or maybe will be watching tomorrow, for example, your match. And of course, as soon as we receive the results, you will know by email what they said. And of course, use the feedback they will provide to you, for the rest of the competition. So many thanks again. I wish you a great evening, a great rest of the week, because it's Monday. And we keep in touch. And very soon, the next round for both teams with different universities, of course. Thank you again. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank
Thank you. Goodbye.